Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Well, for what we do, it's actually I used to call it more performance because we work with the body, with physical works, but it's not a pure dance research or a pure dance. Spirit maybe, or research. Let's say we use dance or we use movement. We work also with choreographies, but we mix it also with other disciplines, like maybe more theatrical discipline, also with text or with sports or So
if you want to define it, we can say this is performance, right?
Yeah, I would say this. Maybe people from performance art would say it's not performance, but but I would use performance as a way to have the possibility of being transversal, to touch like multidisciplinary. Yeah.
I'm asking these questions because this idea of contemporary art and special contemporary dance and performance is very, very young in Russia. So people still wonder, they're curious because they don't know from which side they can approach it. Because you probably need to have some experience of watching things like this. That's why they very often ask, so what is it? Like, I just saw it. What is it? Because it's not proper dance. It's not maybe proper theater. So
what is proper dance?
I don't know. Maybe they think that like dance moves like ballet or.
But ballet is not proper dance. It's ballet.
Okay, then what is dance? What is dance? What is performance?
Well, I think there is in England. I lived in England many years, and they have another word for this kind of crossed platform. They call it live art. And I think it's better than performance art because performance art has this kind of weight of history, which is linked with with visual artists making performances. So they have their main work is like visual art, and then sometimes they make some performance art. And then you have like some more specialized performance artists, but it's really coming really from the visual art side. Live art is really like a mix of, you know. It can be a contemporary theater, contemporary dance, live performance. But again, live art also has become a genre as itself now, and it's now understood as extreme practices, extreme live practices. You know, like extreme body practices. So we have this tendency to always want to put things in little boxes. Which I think is a pity because at the end of the day, what we offer is a live experience on stage. And I think what we do is contemporary in the sense that we do it now and we do it with the questions of now. So if you talk about ballet, ballet is really like from last century. I mean, even from 200 years ago. So it is like stuck in time. Probably like a classical music is stuck in time, even though there is beautiful artists. I mean, it's not to say that it's not good, but it's not an expression of the contemporaneity of the time we are living now. And I think that's what we do. We even though our work is very different, but I think we still we are in the same world, which is the world from today, and our inspiration is from what is happening today, and we are alive and we make live art on stage.
Like you've been talking about this contemporary thing, so can you somehow define or describe contemporary dance? Because many people say like, okay, this is ballet, like I understand this is ballet, this is hip hop or something, and what is contemporary dance?
Yes, because Russian audience is quite innocent in contemporary dance, and when some people come to see it, they are expecting to see real movement and something physical. And now contemporary dance is not only about movement. And how can you describe and give a definition of this kind of art? Because we are quite often asked as organizers, how can you tell this is dance? Because we haven't seen some professional dance. It's
or maybe you
according to the expectations.
Contemporary dance is a too big word. there's many different tendencies in contemporary dance. There is some very dense work, there's some very abstract work, there's some very no movement work. And is it contemporary dance? But for me, it's difficult to define, but for me contemporary dance is about making pieces now with, you know, the concepts that are now, and not making work now using modern dance or postmodern dance, or, you know, we have moved on. So there's all this mix. I mean, you see it in the society, how everything is mixed, how everything is, you know, cut in little pieces, all the different influences that we have. Now you can, if you want to do tango dancing, you just go to the internet, find some images of tango, put it in your piece. There's this accessibility to making work. And maybe also the fact that the influences now are not so much, I'm talking for myself, I'm not looking so much at dance, but I'm more looking at visual art. Visual art is more inspiring to me than contemporary dance or just dance in general. So dance is my language, movement is my language.
Naming a certain category like contemporary dance or something like this, it also has to do with institutions, with politics, like financing your work, and the name of the school you did. So you have people that come from with a dance background and do things that are only theater or only music, but they still call it dance because they come from that way, and I can understand it. And there are people coming from somewhere else that do only movement, but they don't call it contemporary dance. So it's really complicated. But to me, it's also related with something of the body as a reference. But it can be the reference of your practice on stage, but off stage also. It can be the way you get your inspiration, like using your body, working physically in movement, but then what you show might be something else, the results. So, but to my point of view, there is this something that is worked with the body that can be also thinking of the body, thinking of the way it works in the society. But there is usually something related to the body that's always to be found to me in the contemporary dance.
No, I think it's quite complete. I mean, what he was saying, and now maybe with this, but and I like the term live
art.
Yeah.
So
I've
maybe you
never
can
been
advise-
doing that.
Well, to me, I mean, what is very important, I mean, to me, choreography is like the choreographic thinking. That's what defines choreography. It's the choreographic thinking. It's not the movement. Movement is just an accessory of the choreographic thinking. You can make pieces with clothes. You can make choreographic pieces with you know, with this. You know, you can organize objects in space in a choreographic way. It's not about. I don't agree that choreography is defined by the body. To me, choreography is defined by by the thinking. If you think choreographically, you're a choreographer. And to me, if I say I'm a choreographer, I mean, if the artist says he's a choreographer, to me he's a choreographer. I don't judge on his background, on his school, on his technique. Well, is choreographic thinking, is that, well, it's like if you say,
thinking and being a director,
I mean, it's like visual artist. What's a visual artist? You know, when you know, it's like someone that works with. It doesn't mean that he works with objects. It doesn't mean that it works with painting. It doesn't mean that he works with space. How can you define what is a visual artist? It's like, you know. So it's like, I don't think it's about definition. I think it's the wrong way to take it. It's not about defining. It's about, you know, John Cage, the musician. He said that every noise is music, right? So that was like, people don't understand this, but it's maybe, but that's not the question. You know, dance is one thing, choreographic thinking is another. So you can dance in the music, in a club, that's not choreography. Choreography normally would mean organized movement in space and time. But now we have broadened this idea to just, you know, maybe just the organization of space in a choreographic way. I don't have a problem to call myself a choreographer. I don't have this kind of performance, you know, in between. And a lot of my colleagues are like trying to change spaces. They want to perform in gallery spaces or open spaces. Or I don't have this problem. I'm happy to be in the theater, you know, as good as possible, with people nicely sitting in their seat and watching the piece. You know, to me it's fine. I don't need to break this rule. I can break other rules. I'm interested in breaking other rules. So, you know, I think choreographers must be free. And what I don't like about the dance world in general is that they want to categorize us in a style of dance, or they even decide if we are dance or not dance. And this is not their job. Their job is to watch what we do, work a little bit for themselves, try to make something out of it. If they like it, good. If they think it's good, if they don't, it's not a problem. But they shouldn't judge if we are choreographer or not, what is dance, what is not dance, you know?
So like